Hi, this is Harleen Baga and I'm coming to you from Soul Therapy. Today we're going to be talking about coping skills. First, what is a coping skill? Coping skill is the way in which we handle our feelings, our emotions in response to stimuli. Coping skills can be positive and negative. Positive coping skill is that which is able to anchor us down, which is able to help us come to terms with the situation without harming the context or harming ourselves. Negative coping skill is that situation where we actually have the potential of creating an unsafe zone or an unsafe environment for us or the people involved. The objective in life is obviously to build and teach every person the ability to handle a situation in a positive manner, which means positive coping skills. Why is that important, you may ask? A lot of it is very obvious, but I will still iterate through them for the purpose of this video. The reason why coping skills are important is one, we feel better. When we feel better, we are in control of ourselves. When we are in control of ourselves, we are more tolerant and we're in a better frame of mind to understand the situation and to be a good person, not just to ourselves, but to everyone around us. When we are calm, we think better. When we think better, we will think of better solutions. When we make better decisions, we have the ability to actually think of better solutions that can even be outside of the cookie cutter mold. And when you do that, you're actually benefiting everybody involved. You, most important, might not get into trouble. If you are able to handle a situation positively, you are freeing yourself from the probability or the possibility of landing yourself in trouble. See, when we are emotional, when we handle things negatively, then we are doing it with a lot of passion that is unjustified. It's a negative frame of mind. And when you're doing things in a negative frame of mind, you can't control it. And when you can't control some things, your words, your actions that actually take form can ruin bridges to the relationships that are important for you. So it is very, very important that you understand the importance of positive coping skills and dwell on the strategies that we're going to be talking about. These strategies for coping skills, again, stuff that you've probably already heard of, but I just wanted to reiterate it in one short video so that you have it, right? The first thing is exercise. Exercise releases endorphins. It helps to calm you down. It leaves you in control of yourself and the situation. So definitely exercise helps. Second is meditation. Just calming yourself down. If you are able to decouple from the situation and get into a zone where you're able to introspect and look within and meditate, it can actually do you a lot of good. A third could be talking to someone. People who love to talk, actually can help things, can also destroy things. It really depends on whom we're talking to. So if you do choose the talking route, please make sure that you are choosing the person very wisely. The last thing you want to do is to choose a person who themselves is immature and adds fuel to your fire, agitating you and aggravating you and causing more chaos rather than peace. The fourth thing that you can do is deep breathing, right? It is a step that is earlier to meditation. If you are in a situation where you're getting anxious and stressed and you don't know what to do, just step out or just hold yourself clench your fist as hard as you can, and this action should remind you to breathe. So I want you to practice at home like that, right? So you cup your fingers, and at the count of three, 1, 2, 3, clench. Just practice this at home, so that sometimes in a situation when you cannot control yourself, when you feel that you are at risk of causing an issue or problem, or injuring yourself, this action of clenching your fist will release the automatic response of you breathing, because it is something that you would have rehearsed at home. Now, this action could be anything that you please. I just used the word fist, cupping of fist, right? That's the action that I used. You could use whatever you want. You could use tapping on your thighs, just holding your hands instead of actually clenching your fist. Just holding your hands calmly and just pressing. The reason why that action is important, because it sends a signal to your neurons that, hey, you need to do something, right? And that is how we are training our mind. So don't just hold. When you want to breathe, slight press. So the moment you press it, breathing in and breathing out should be your response. Again, you understand where I'm going, right? So those are a couple of strategies that you could use. And one other strategy, before I forget, is also journaling. People who love to talk, people who love to write, actually not love to talk, can actually use to journal and pour out the emotions, the negative sentiments, the hurts and the pain into a journal. When you write, it helps alleviate all that negativity from inside of your heart, and it makes it external to you. And when something becomes external, it empowers you and gives you that strength to deal with the situation in a positive fashion. And the last is the one where people love to talk. People who have the gift of gab, right? Probably like me. What you can do is audio record or video record. Just talk. If you don't want to talk to a person, if you don't have a person, a confidant that you can talk to, try talking to yourself. Prop the phone in front of you, switch on the video on the selfie mode, and just talk about what happened. Talk about what hurt you. Cry if you have to. Do whatever it takes, but it will help you in coming to terms with that situation and coping with it in a positive manner. Now, once you have these coping skills jotted down, what I want you to do is, when a situation does arise, I want you to think about which of these skills that you can use. Now, before we do that, I want you to, again, I am now marrying multiple therapies when I'm talking to you. I'm trying to marry CBT here as well as some amount of meditation. And of course, we are dealing with some amount of NLP, because we're doing perspective change as well. So what I want you to do initially is that if you are if you have the propensity to react negatively or adversely in a certain situation, I want you to first come up with a situation-based plan, right? That, hey, if the situation is one where people are talking, bullying me, what am I going to do? Situation 2, when I'm not getting the respect I deserve, what will I do? Situation 3, when people are not listening to me, what will I do? Whatever the situation could be, it could be something very simple, it could be something that is monumental and huge, but I want you to write down every situation. And after you write it down, I want you to tell yourself, hey, in this situation, what is the coping strategy that you will employ? And I want you to start journaling that and then start practicing that at home. Here again we're employing both things, two type of different therapy practices. When you journal, you're trying to influence and teach your brain to work with new cognitions, a new behavior change, new perspective change, which is what you want to do when you want to learn positive coping strategies. Second is by actually imagining yourself in that situation. You create a virtual environment of yourself in that situation, and then picture yourself, imagine yourself through your own eyes, dealing with that situation using the coping strategy that you have identified. So that would be a situation based response. The other thing is just a natural response, which is a coping strategy response. That is your second tangent. In the second tangent, keep in mind the different coping strategies, and you figure out which coping strategy will work for you. I want you to practice that at home, so that when a situation arises which is not among the pre-identified situations, all you have to tell yourself is, okay, coping strategy meditation, for instance, or coping strategy breathing, or coping strategy talking. Have trigger words that will uh, tell your brain, tell your mind what you need to do to be able to deal with that situation in a better manner and a better fashion. I hope you found this video extremely helpful. The idea of getting this video out was because everyone is at home once again, because the situation has become so bad, and we all need strategies to deal with our emotions, our frustrations, our annoyance, especially when we're stuck at home again, and with the kids being stuck at home, with freedom being nipped once again. So if you are able to deal and identify and adapt these coping strategies, you will be able to also teach them to those at home, and thereby create an environment at home where you're able to support each other. And once you support each other, you become a house of positivity and positive coping skills. And that was the sole intention of this video. Go ahead, like the video, subscribe, share. Let's spread it so that we are able to help and share these strategies with maximum people, to create happiness, to create a sense of balance, to create peace, and just a relaxed mindset for themselves as well as for everybody at home. Subscribe if you like this video to get updates to more videos. Go ahead and watch the videos that were previously posted. Keep in touch, and if you have any questions, any doubts, go ahead and message. You know, I get back at you as fast as I can. And yes, I do have a website right now at www.harleenbaga.com. Go ahead and look it up. I hope to see you guys soon. Bye now.